Dear students, I welcome all of you in the another session of transportation engineering. Since last session we have been discussing about certain important things which are related with the pavement. We have discussed that what is pavement, what are the types of pavement, what is the difference between flexible and rigid pavement. Then we have already discussed that what is the IRC criteria to design flexible and rigid pavement. We have gone through the brief overview of the pavement designing as far as flexible and rigid pavements are concerned. Now, the next thing or the next important thing that I would like to convey is about the maintenance. See, you have observed in this monsoon season in Ahmedabad that on most of the road stretches of Ahmedabad, we have observed various kind of potholes, various kind of road deficiency, failure of roads, cracks. So, what is the reason behind all this particular pavement deficient kind of things? Why this pavement deficiency occurs? So, in order to reduce this kind of deficiency, we need to propose, we need to design, we need to prepare, we need to plan proper pavement maintenance strategy. See, creating an asset is one thing and one time, but to maintain the asset is the real challenge. And we all know that in India, maintaining the road stretch is the toughest thing like anything. So I welcome all of you. In this session, we will cover pavement maintenance. This is the broad criteria. And see, keep one thing in your mind that pavement maintenance is another statutory branch of transportation engineering. Means if you learn the certain aspects of pavement maintenance thoroughly, you can make your career, you can create your career in pavement maintenance stream also. So, why do we need to provide maintenance? Why we need to provide highway maintenance or pavement maintenance? So, these are the certain highway maintenance criteria that we need to provide highway maintenance in order to provide safe and convenient travel to avoid the rapid deterioration. Deterioration means the failure of the road. To avoid the speed changes and detours, to minimize the transportation cost, to increase the mileage of our vehicle, to preserve the asset and the investment that we have made in the construction of the pavement, to improve the pavement surface, to provide smooth riding surface, and to extend the pavement life. So these are the basic objectives of highway pavement. So as we have already discussed about the objective of highway pavement, now we'll learn that what are the causes of highway failures or pavement failures. What are the reasons due to which the pavement surface or the surface of road or the highway surface get deteriorated? So these are certain reasons that if the construction quality of the road is poor, if the construction method has certain defects, if proper quality control and quality assurance is not made, if inadequate drainage condition is there, if the load which is going to be act on the road surface is more than what we have predicted, if the foundation of the road gets settled down, and if various environmental factors such as rainy season is there and the rain is beyond the prediction criteria, then all these things ultimately create highway failure. They contribute in the failures of highway. So these are the causes of highway failures. Now we'll discuss about the causes of failures of flexible pavement. We know that there are two types of pavement, flexible pavement and rigid pavement. Flexible pavement is the pavement in which the flexural strength is less. Each layer is connected with another layer with the help of grain to grain contact. The load is transformed with the help of deformation mechanism. Now, what are the reasons that cause the failure of flexible pavement? The main reason behind the failure of flexible pavement is the localized settlement of any component layer. If any of the layer means substrate, subbase, base and surface are there, if any of the layers get settled from its place, get displaced, gets localized settlement, then it can cause the pavement failures. Let us learn in detail what are the cause and effects of that. If we are talking about the failure of flexible pavement, then there are three reasons. Either there could be the chances of failure in subgrade, or in the failure in base, or subgrade, or in the failure in varying course. In any of the layers, if any of the layers get localized settlement, then it can cause the flexible pavement deterioration. Now, how to notice that there is the failure in subgrade? So there are certain reasons or indicators such as if we observe that there are waves kind of mechanism on the surface of the road, if undulations are there, if corrugations are there on the surface, then it can reflect the reasons of failure in subgrade. Now, what is the reason behind that? Insufficient bearing capacity of the soil or the shear failure of the soil can cause failure in subgrade, and the failure in subgrade can cause another layer failure such as surface layer failure, base level failure, and surface layer failure. If we talk about the failure in base subgrade, then what are the reasons? If the strength is there, if less thickness of pavement is there, if less binding is there, if drainage is not properly provided, if the stability is not properly provided, if the material which is being used in pavement construction is of less quality, then these things can cause the failure in base or subgrade. So these are the reasons in base or subgrade. And if we talk about the failures in varying core, then the reasons include poor mix design, poor gradation of aggregate. You might have learned or you might be learning in concrete technology that there are various kind of grades of aggregates such as gap graded aggregate, well graded aggregate, good graded aggregate. If the gradation of those aggregates are of poor quality, bindings are not adequate, poor binding is there, poor quality control is there, then it can cause the failure in varying. Now let us discuss about the another part, the classification of maintenance work. What are the various classification? There are various classification of maintenance work such as routine maintenance, preventive maintenance, periodic maintenance, special maintenance, emergency repair, and strengthening. Routine maintenance means the day-to-day maintenance such as patching of potholes, filling up the potholes, drain clearance, drain of the rainwater which is accumulated on the surface, roadside maintenance, etc. If we talk about the preventive maintenance, it includes certain measures which are taken at the proper time, such as sealing of developed cracks, etc. If we talk about the periodic maintenance, then periodic maintenance means the maintenance which is used to restore the functional deficiency. Because after some time, we all know that whenever we purchase a new product, after some time, it may suffer from various damage and it may require periodic maintenance. The same thing applies in the case of pavement also. So the periodic maintenance means the maintenance which is done to restore the functional efficiency over a time period. It includes varying course renewal, profile correction at the undulations of waves, pavement marking, etc. kind of thing. Then the spatial maintenance. The spatial maintenance is mainly focused towards the coverage of severe damage, such as when the accident takes place, it may cause the bridge approaches, the part where the road connects the flyover, that is called as approach. So it may cause the washout of the bridge approach, the washout of culvert, then destroy what I can say. Uh, it can destroy the culvert, destroy the stretch. So reconstruction may take place. So it is included in the special maintenance. Then comes the emergency repairs. The emergency repairs involves monsoon season repair works that we are observing in nowadays in the monsoon season. We have been observing those things. Then comes the strengthening or rehabilitation parts that involves the overlay design that can increase the flexible pavement. You may have observed that on flexible pavement, uh, people or AMC people or engineers tend to overlay bituminous thick layer of bituminous over the existing road, and the height of the road that road get gets increased. So that thing, technical, that thing in the layman language, that is called as overlay. The delay can cause excessive damage, so the rehabilitation or strengthening should be done in proper time. Then let us discuss about flexible pavement deficiency. There are various kind of defects or deficiency in flexible pavement. Flexible pavements are the pavements which are made up of bituminous material, earthen material, gravel material, sandy material, waterborne macadam material, etc. kind of material. These are the flexible pavement. I am just reminding so that uh, uh, you cannot, what I can say, lose the grip over the flexible pavement concepts. So you can remember the flexible pavement deficiency with this shortcut key, that is MRS LF LRW. The M stands for map cracking. You might have observed this kind of cracks that is shown in the particular photo. This kind of thing is called as map cracking or alligator cracking. If this map cracking does not get cured, then it can cause the relative movement of pavement, and this can cause the formation of irregular shape of cracks that can be seen. It is mainly created due to the moisture variation, repetitive loads of heavy vehicles, etc. So this is about map cracking. Then the R stands for rutting. You might have observed this kind of stretch in the on the road which is connecting SG highway to LJ college. This is the major thing that we will observe. Rutting. Now this rutting is caused due to the repetitive action of loads on the same wheel path. It is also due to consolidation. Now, consolidation means what? Consolidation means what it what it means that the particular stretch of the road get too much strong. You can observe in the first photo that is given above. The person who is measuring the level, the photo which is located above the measuring level photo, you can observe that the particular stretch gets too much strength as compared to other layers. That is called as rutting. Then the S stands for shear failure cracking. It looks like this. It causes the upheaval of cracking. Means it can cause the various material of pavement gets displaced from its places, and it occurs due to the inadequate stability of the head loading that is coming upon the surface. Then the L stands for longitudinal cracking, which is usually observed in the longitudinal direction, means the direction in which we are driving the vehicle. It causes the upheaval of the cracking, same as we have discussed in the above slide, and it is caused due to the frost action and the settlement of fields and slopes. Then comes the F. F stands about frost heaving. It causes the uplifting of some part of pavement. It is caused due to frost action. What happens is that in the monsoon season, if there are small potholes are there in the road surface, the water gets accumulated in that particular holes. If the sunlight does not reach to that particular hole, then what will happen? When the winter season will come, that water will be transformed to the ice in the form of ice. And as we all know that the a particular area of ice is higher than water. So it will be converted into solid form, and it will cause the pavement relative adjacent pavement surface to get expanded. So this is one of the reasons that is caused due to frost heaving. Then the L stands for lack of binding. This is potholes. This is the main thing that nowadays you can observe in Ahmedabad city. They have written the board such as danger. One whole car can get accumulated in that particular potholes. So this occurs due to the poor interlocking, lack of binding, and it can also cause the upheaval of the pavement. You can see over that particular second photo that pothole is there, and the other part of the pavement is dislocated from its surface, and water is accumulated. So this is the reason of pothole. Then the R stands for reflective cracking. It is mostly observed where the bituminous layer is spread over cement concrete pavement, means basically it is the cement concrete pavement, rigid pavement, and over is the flexible pavement layer. When bituminous layer is spread up, is rolled, then you can observe this kind of cracking. It is caused due to the settlement of side slope, due to the frost action and differential volume changes, because the properties of bituminous and slab are quite different. Then comes the W. W stands for waves and corrugations. Like this, I have shown in the photo. It is caused due to excessive wheel speeds, rolling deficiency, spongy foundations, and improper binding material. And you can observe this on the stretch of BRTS. See, whenever you visit BRTS, and when the bus leaves the particular bus leaves the station and the doors gets closed, observe that stretch on which the bus was standing. You will observe that the stretch on which the bus was standing would be like this. So waves would be there, corrugations would be there. So this is the thing. Let me show you. This is called as waves or corrugations. Now let us discuss about the deficiency of rigid pavement. Rigid pavement is basically of cement concrete or reinforced cement concrete, and the shortcut key to remember rigid pavement is MSWSSS, where the M stands for mud pumping. It just like the sandwich that we make at our homes, we cook at our homes. What happens in mud pumping is that the soil slurry ejects out through the joints and cracks the cement concrete pavement that can be observed over here. See, the soil slurry is coming from here and it is causing cracks in the pavement. And basically this happens due to the downward movement of slab under heavy loads. Then the S stands for shrinkage cracks. It is like this. These are the shrinkage cracks. This can be developed both in the longitudinal as well as in the transverse direction. This is the longitudinal direction and this is the transverse direction. Normally it is developed during the curing operation of cement concrete pavement immediately after construction. Then comes the W. W stands for warping cracks. Now the warping cracks is caused due to improper joint and it is also caused due to the temperature difference, because as we all know that in the summer season the walls and the slabs and the ceilings and the floor in our home, if they are made of RCC, they get heated. Now what causes them to get heated up is the temperature variation. The same slab we are using in the rigid pavement. So what will happen? It will cause a temperature variation, temperature difference, and in uncontrollable temperature variation, it will cause warping cracks. Then the S and S. S stands for scaling and another S stands for structural cracks. This is the example of scaling. Scaling means due to insufficient mix or presence of chemical impurities, certain part of surface gets segregated. See, you might observe this thing in the ceiling of your home, and this can also be observed on the normal RCC roofs. And structural cracks, you all are aware with structural cracks, which there are 45-degree cracks. They are caused due to the inadequate slab thickness and due to various kind of vehicle types. So friends, this was all about the deficiency of flexible and rigid pavement, maintenance methods. I hope you have gone through the concept thoroughly. Thank you.